I'm trying to fight the notion of using the term draw a line in the sand. But we're only going to have an outcome if the battle is really joined in a way that there can be a resolution. What's the script that happens? Can it happen at the legislature?
I hope so. I think that this is a time for Texans to work together. You know, we need to rethink our values. What are the values that we hold dear? Honesty, integrity, but maybe we need to add something new to that, cultural sensitivity. And I believe that there are no problems that can't be worked through. And the daughters in the legislature will hopefully come to terms on that.
Is there anybody here in San Antonio who's likely to take the lead on making this happen? Is anybody bubbling up?
Well, I think, you know, as Scott, you know, rightly points out the importance of the policy dimension and how we reassess the way that the Alamo is managed and officially maintained and such.
But the state doesn't have any money. They're giving away state parks as it is.
Exactly. But, you know, the other element of an intervention on the question of the Alamo comes from the people and from popular interventions, popular movements. Dave mentioned the march happening this weekend, but in the last year, there have been a series of artistic interventions on the Alamo. A group of artists who projected images of indigenous faces onto the facade of the Alamo, incurring the wrath of the DRT.
But this is going to be solved by politicians, and so they're worried about...
But artists have a role to play in helping the conscientization of the community to realign. It takes a long time. It's not... Yeah. It's not the kind of measures that you get.
People in Austin are not known for their long ball, you know. They think about today and their next election.
Yeah, so. But I don't want to discount the value of artistic and popular interventions.
The practical ground game, how this is going to run in Austin. And, you know, I'm trying to think what political advantage, and that's all these people think about, is there to taking away the Alamo from the DRT?
This is not, and that would only be one step, because given the cultural politics of Austin in these days, it would not be a great victory for the state to take over the management of the Alamo in terms of its ideological freight and all of the political uses of the Alamo to confirm and affirm and build some sense of a particular kind of reckoning with the past.
Maybe because I'm more of a journalist and less of an artist, but it seems to me that the most likely thing to really move things along is if what the Attorney General has come up with gives us a good scandal. Scandal is what moves politics.
Absolutely. Well, there's some hope of that, I think. I think there's some promise of some scandal in the offing.
Well, I mean, we've been told that money raised at the Alamo stays at the Alamo. Stuff in the gift shop is used to maintain the Alamo. And I think we're finding out that that's not the case. That money is being funneled to other DRT projects like they have in Austin.
Right, right.
I think that one thing that's been left out of the conversation that's important to point out with the daughters is that it really has begun with an internal rift. You had two daughters who said, we're going to start our own nonprofit to raise funds for Alamo preservation. They were expelled. You had another daughter who started taking the daughter's leadership to the mat on other issues. She was expelled. And now you've got this West Texas chapter that's taking the President General and the board to the mat on a contract that they did to promote the Alamo. So it's really something that's been generated internally.
Sounds like some vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.